Coming up this week on Unpicked.
Quick, they're so fickle, guys. So fickle.
Until she picked up her foot and put the foot into a certain position, I was like, this is X-rated. But if a man hasn't chosen his family, then realistically, what assurance does the woman have other than him saying yes, that he actually wants to be with her?
Wagwan peeps, it's Venxm, what you saying? Alongside my home slice, Dami to the Zane. When she and I get together on the poddy, ask anybody, the vibes are insane.
Join our family and feel free to come by. Be on Apple Podcast and Spotify.
Yeah.
New drop on the way every Monday at 6.
Tune in and come see what we unpick.
If you could hang out with any cartoon character, who would it be?
Cartoon? Most cartoon characters are children, and I'm a big woman, you know.
Okay. But who would it be same way? I mean, Johnny Bravo's not a kid. That's just a one.
I don't care about Johnny Bravo.
From back in the day.
Riley from Boondocks.
Riley from the Boondocks. Riley was quite a G. He was quite a G.
He was.
Very cutthroat.
Yeah.
Character.
Yeah. That's who I'm choosing. Mm-hmm.
Boondocks was a good pick, actually. I could think of one that I'd hang out with from Boondocks. But...
Who? Not Uncle Ruckus.
It'd be Uncle Ruckus. It'd be Uncle Ruckus. It'd be Uncle Ruckus.
I should have known.
I feel like I'd just be screaming the whole day. It'd be the whole day. It just didn't matter what you did. You could do absolutely anything. It would become entertaining.
Do you think he'd want to hang out with you, given he's a racist?
Of course not. Of course not. But that would just make it even more fun. I'd be like, yeah, what can I think of that's really boring? I don't know. Let's go to the library. Let's go food shopping. It doesn't matter.
Library, he'll be like, you don't read.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be screaming, pick up a book. He'd be like, you can't read that.
You can't read that.
Pretending out here.
Yeah. Boondocks is actually
my guy.
Yeah, Boondocks is my favorite cartoon.
Speaking of cartoons, right? Since you mentioned Boondocks, have you seen it's a film called, oh Lord, how did I forget the name? It's not Undercover Brother. What's it called? I'm gonna have to Google it real quick. I'm apologizing because they also have a thing. Michael J. White. Are you aware of the actor Michael J. White by name, by any chance?
Doesn't.
No. I doubt you would have seen this film. There you go. Black Dynamite. I don't know how I lost the name of it. He's got a film which is called Black Dynamite, which is like a blaxploitation type. It's like a film from that era.
Okay.
70s, like Shaft kind of vibe.
Okay.
But it's a spoof on that era and on that genre. Hilarious, but very dry humor. So you have to be in it for the dryness. If you think it's gonna just be funny, it's not. But
right.
If you're into sarcasm, it's hilarious. And then they made that into a cartoon, and that cartoon is arguably better than the Boondocks.
Oh, really? Okay,
yeah. The film, I would say, is not better than the Boondocks. The film is hilarious, but a one-time watch. If you love it, you love it. If you don't, you don't. But the cartoon,
the
cartoon is really up there.
Okay, I might have to invest.
Really up there.
Yeah, I might have to invest. I'll have to look into that. Yeah.
Hey, hello, hi peeps. It's your boy Venxm in the building alongside the one and only
Dami to the Zane.
We are the Unpicked Podcast. Hello.
Hi.
Boom. All right.
So, song of the week. Do I have a song of the week? No, I don't. I didn't come prepared. Ridiculous.
Oh, well.
My feeling for what I've been playing lately. I have been playing Afrobeats quite a bit. I'm going to put Burna Boy on Form on the playlist.
I don't know that song, but from his new album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know his songs by name, boy. On Form. I will check it out
I'm
myself.
gonna put that on there. Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna put another R&B vibe. It's by a lady called India Shawn, and the song is called Exchange.
Okay.
It's giving Beyonce, Rocket, D'Angelo, Untitled. It's a repeat of that formula. Very nice.
Okay.
Very
cool.
Nice. I'll say so myself.
Might have to put Beyonce Rocket on at the same time. Yeah, might not.
Oh, I thought you'd be adverse to adding Beyonce to the playlist.
I don't. Do you know what? Here's a confession. I don't listen to the playlist myself. The playlist is for the listeners and viewers. It's not for me.
The peoples.
It's for y'all, for you guys. As for me, I don't listen to Beyonce anymore. Yeah, me and Beyonce, we're not friends. But I'll put Rocket on because I do recall it being a good song. So
banging song.
Yeah, I'll put that on.
Banging song.
Yeah.
Is there anything crying out to you that you want to talk about?
There is something crying out to me that I want to talk about because I sent it to you in the DMs, but you haven't responded to it. On Insta.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
And do you know what? I sent it to you, and then as I sent it, I thought, this is controversial because you're a married man. I shouldn't really be sending you such content.
Oh, wait, which one are you talking about? I thought I knew what you was talking about.
Huh? Did I see that? Let me go back.
Yeah, I'm checking right now. I know what I thought I saw. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Let me tell you what happened was, right?
What happened?
So
keep going. I'm just
investigating. Do you remember Brick Lady?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, you didn't swipe. You didn't swipe.
No, I didn't.
Don't worry. Hold on. Before you look, you've looked at it.
No, I haven't. I just opened it.
Okay. Before you swipe, I'm going to tell you where to swipe so that these lot can get your reaction, okay? So, Brick Lady, we spoke about her before, right?
Yes, we did.
Quick roundup. She went on socials, injured. Her face was like swollen on one side. And she basically said that a group of guys tried to approach her. She rejected one of the guys, so the guy hit her in the face with a brick. That's what she said, right?
Yeah.
And then social media went crazy. All the girls were like, oh, black men need to protect black women. How can all the other guys be standing there while she's getting slapped in the face with a brick? Yada, yada, yada. Black guys were like, why would we just randomly put ourselves in danger? It's a no for me. All that stuff, all that conversation. Then the following day, it came out that she's done this type of thing before and she's a scammer. And so, yeah, that was that, right? Well, recently, she got prosecuted for lying.
Yeah.
Right? And when that news came out, social media again started talking about this whole black men protecting black women. See, she's a scammer, all this. All the black men were in uproar. All the black guys that were talking about it online were in uproar. There were black women that were like supporting black guys saying, see, remember when you lot was going on about black men not supporting black women, where are you now? You lot are silent now that she's been prosecuted for lying. Ret-a-tear. Well, this girl went on holiday to the Caribbean. I can't remember what part of the Caribbean she went to. She now posted pictures of her in her bikini. I don't know if this is a recent holiday or holiday before the case, but it's from this point on that I'm going to tell you to swipe on the post that I sent you.
Lol. Oh my. Okay. So.
Okay. So you swiped, yeah?
Wait. I have it. I've opened it up now.
Okay.
So it says, Brick Girl ain't do nothing wrong. That's the first slide.
A guy wrote that. A guy tweeted she didn't do nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Swipe to see why he said that.
Wow, she brought out the yams, yeah?
She brought out the cheeks.
She's definitely done this before. She said...
She brought out the cheeks.
She
And
said,
the
you know
man
what?
them-
It's never failed me.
And the man them changed their tune so quick. They're so fickle, guys. So fickle. They were like, no. She didn't do that wrong. We forgive her. We forgive her. She didn't do that wrong.
Idioting.
Even if you swipe, I think if you swipe again, there's even another tweet. Like there's other tweets of guys saying, no, there's other tweets of guys saying, yeah, she didn't do nothing. She didn't do nothing.
Oh, this is a video of her walking, maintaining the yams. Yeah, she innocent.
Yeah, she innocent. She didn't do nothing. The guys are ready to forgive her for her crimes. Are you ready to forgive her for her crimes? Are you ready to? Okay. Even though she got the cheeks, even though her cheeks are really cheeky, do you know what I mean? Like,
she got fantastic cheeks, whatever.
Serious cheeks. It's very serious.
Whatever. I'm not there to validate their authenticity, for one. And two,
I think they're authentic. I think they are authentic because she's from Somalia.
Okay.
And them lot have cheeks.
Either which way, all I can say is there's cheeks everywhere. So that one ain't gonna work with me. That can run with them, man, but that ain't gonna work on me, boy.
Well, it works because these lot are forgiving her. They're ready to let her go for her crimes. They said she innocent. Not even that we should forgive. They just said straight up she's innocent. Like they saw the they saw the cheeks. They said no.
She didn't do it.
She didn't do that. She didn't lie. She did get slapped in the face with a brick. Yeah, 100%.
Mad.
So yeah, that was my have you seen. I found that hilarious. When I saw that this week, I said these guys are too fickle. Like
that's ridiculous.
Like I know the girls online like to change their mind on things and whatever. But the guys, yeah. I didn't expect that.
Dumb. That's so dumb. That's so dumb.
When you didn't reply, I thought, oh.
I saw the thingy and I thought, okay, I know that story. Cool. I don't need to see what is being said because I already know the story. And
serves you right, innit? Serves you right. Next time you'll swipe.
Mad.
Okay, so what's yours?
Okay, yeah. So there was a woman getting her hair washed. Did you watch that?
Okay, yeah, I saw this on X, formerly Twitter.
How did you feel about that? Because I think that video is X-rated.
I don't feel anything for it.
You don't? Do you feel what? Is that you're okay with it?
It's
not that it's something to be not okay with it, but
it's none of my business. 1, 2, people do skits now, so it might not even be real. But if it is real, I don't get why they filmed it. It didn't need to be filmed and put online.
Yeah, it was giving me hella X-rated.
She was very excited, and
I thought, to be fair, it was fine-ish as a surprise. This is happening. This is how I feel about it. Until she picked up her foot and put the foot into a certain position, I was like, "This is X-rated, boy."
I didn't watch it to the end because
I watched it to the end.
I didn't watch it to the end because with me, yeah. I listened to it for about a few seconds and I was like, oh, this sound is getting on my nerves. So I just turned it off.
Right.
Yeah. But she could be touch deprived. She might be one of those people that touching their heads and stuff like that gets them aroused. You know, like people have different touch points. So
yeah.
Is what it is.
She looked like she was
but if she's the kind of person that has that whole, if you like playing my hair, it's gonna make me feel, you know, then why are you going to a public salon to get your hair done? Like you shouldn't be doing that. That should be at home in the privacy of like a private place, not you know. But then again, if she doesn't know how to do her hair, does that mean that she shouldn't? Exactly. Yeah. So yeah.
That was a wild one.
But I thought it was a skit. I thought it was a skit.
You thought it was a skit?
Yeah.
Okay. I definitely, I felt it. I can't lie, I felt it. I'll watch it again with skit glasses and see if
You felt
I'm
it?
like,
What do you mean by you felt it?
yeah, like I felt her pleasure. It felt real. I was there with her, like, wow, that's a journey you're on. Okay.
Do you think people might watch that
Alright.
video and get aroused?
Probably, yeah. Yeah. That's how arousal works. Seeing someone else get aroused must arouse somebody. It must. That's why I said I feel like it's porn a bit.
It irritated me, boy, because I was like, I don't need to hear all of that.
He's like, right at this moment, I'm not, so how dare you?
Not really. It's not even that because no, I'm not gonna say anything. Moving on,
Mad.
let's go. Moving on.
I like it.
Is there anything else? Is there anything else I've seen this week? Yes, there is one I saw this week. This woman, I don't know if it was this guy's birthday, her man's birthday or whatever,
Right.
but she got the kids in a nice little t-shirt saying, you know, uncle, aka dad or something like that.
Stepdad. Right. Yeah.
Will you marry our mom or will you marry us or something? She came up, proposed to this guy. Whole family and friends are there. He just shook his head like. The look on his face was embarrassment and disappointment that she even had the cheek to ask. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he declined the proposal.
Wow.
And it became a topic of conversation again about women proposing to men. Now, you can probably guess my stance on this because you can probably guess my stance on this. But I wanted to ask you. Obviously, you proposed to wifey. If she had proposed to you, would you have said yes?
No, I think we spoke. I feel like we spoke about this before, but yeah, I'm not on the women proposing to me vibe.
Why?
Just not. It's not the way.
Even if you know, I want to marry this woman. You know you want to marry her and you want to propose someday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
But she bites the bullet and does it before you do it.
Because
that's why I said wifey, because you're already married to her. So that proves that you wanted to marry her anyway. So if she had done it before you, you wouldn't have said yes.
No, because that's not the way. It's not about the what, it's about the how. Like the destination of anything can be achieved multiple ways, but if you achieve it in the wrong way, like let's say for example, I want to be a millionaire, so I rob kids, and then I end up a millionaire. I still ended up a millionaire, but one way I robbed kids and I got there, and another way I was a savvy businessman and I kind of finessed other businesses. Do you know what I mean? And one seems more noble than the other, but the destination is the same. I'm still a millionaire. I'm not. It doesn't feel good to me. I can't speak for everybody. It doesn't feel good to me. It feels like it's something that a man should do.
Why is that?
It's how it's been. It's how it's been, so that's how I understand it to be.
Yeah, but we evolve as people.
Oh yeah, of course we evolve as people, but
and society evolves.
Not everything changes.
But why can't this change?
I mean, look how much we've evolved.
Because you saying to me that's how it's always been. It's not really answering it's answering the question, but it's not answering the question. If that makes sense. I guess my question is, why do you not think it should change? Amongst everything else changing, why is this the one thing that you don't think should change?
Okay, so I think within that there's an assumption that maybe I think things should change, whereas I might not necessarily believe that things should change. Things are just changing, and I accept them.
Okay.
But that's one thing that I don't particularly accept. Like you again,
and why
you can say, look how much we've evolved.
And why don't you accept it? Because that's what I'm trying to get at. The why.
I just don't think it's something that I appreciate. I don't appreciate being chosen by my partner in that way. I think that level of devotion or choosing or whatnot should come from me,
But why is that?
because that's how I've understood it. I can't undo my understanding of something at a fundamental level. I've always seen kings choose queens or whatever it is. It's always been that way, that the man chooses the woman, the man provides for the woman, the man builds and tries to secure himself in a particular way for the woman, and then protects the woman, and the woman then blossoms the family. That's how that symbiosis goes. So I don't know it any other way. So a woman could do that and she can have her own way, each to their own. But for me, it's a no.
So let's go back to the scenario at hand. Let's say Bay had proposed to you and you already know that she's the one. I do want to marry this woman, right? She's going to be my wife. She proposes to you. How would you navigate that? Based on your personal belief that it should be you that proposes. So would you say no to the proposal?
Yeah, I'd have to say no. Yeah. 100%. Because there's nothing I can do with that. As a man in my community, as a man in my family, there's nothing I can do with that. I'm from a very traditional background. There's nothing I can do with that. I've already made as many compromises as I can to be accommodating to how modern society sees people versus how the traditional people in my family expect things to be done. But that to me is like, we're going too far now. What are you doing as a man if this is, you know what I'm saying? If this is what's going on in your life.
Okay. That's fair enough. That's interesting.
I think it's a lot deeper than just an individual, but everybody's different. Some people are very much nice, me over everything, what I think, feel, etc. But I think it's deeper than that. But yeah.
In what sense? What do you mean?
As in, some people are quite individualistic, so they might not care about their family and, you know what I mean, how tradition runs in their family or whatever. But I try my best to navigate the majority of the people who I hold significant in my life and make sure that I can make things work for all of us as best as I can.
So do you think that it's not manly to be proposed to as a man?
Yeah, it's definitely not manly because historically the proposal has come from the man. By essence, that makes proposing manly. So, yeah.
So you think it's emasculating then for a woman to propose to a man, technically?
I don't think it's emasculating, as in I don't think the act is to do that. But I do think that because it's traditionally been the man's thing, if the man doesn't do it, then what role is he supposed to take in that relationship? You don't.
You can still lead.
Not do the man.
Just not.
Yeah, but it's weird. Why would you not do what you're supposed to do and then all of a sudden do all the things you're supposed to do?
Because he didn't do it. That's why she proposed.
Yeah.
Because she did the whole, we've been together for 10 years, we've been through thick and thin, blah, blah. And he was giving the...
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot for a lot of different reasons as well, because maybe, and this is not necessarily the truth, I'm just saying, maybe he was saving up or had the money but didn't have the ring or whatnot. So now you're just like, I was getting there. Even though it's taken all 10 years plus, whatever, it's just a very weird dynamic for me. A very weird dynamic.
That's fair enough.
And then to do the proposal story when you're talking to the kids and then the kids are saying, yeah, mum got down on her knee and then she proposed to dad. Dad said, I do. That's weird, man. Not for me. I'm not saying it's weird for people to do it. I'm saying it's weird for me.
You. Yeah. No, obviously I get that. Do you feel like, okay, you obviously, we can't speak for people, right? But for you yourself, yeah, did you always, okay, actually, let me preface it. You know, like women, some of us, not all, some of us, we like imagine what our wedding day will be like. We imagine what married life will be like. Like, for me, I'm one of those women who never really fantasize my wedding day. That's never been what I fantasize about. Like, I don't know what kind of wedding I would have, or the color scheme I would have, or like some women, they know, they've pre-planned the kind of dress they would wear, what kind of ring they want, how many bridesmaids they want, what kind of dresses she wants them to wear, hairstyles. What I've never really been the type to fantasize about the wedding day. But you see, married life, I can imagine, like, there's certain things that I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait to like do this, and I can imagine doing that, and I want to, right. So it's just a woman's girly type thing to do, for you to either fantasize the wedding day or to fantasize about your married life as a wife or whatever, if that is what you desire to have or be. As a man who is very family orientated, and as someone who has traditional values, I guess, did you ever like imagine what it, like, how you would propose to someone? Like, did you ever think, oh, like, this is how I would, is that something that
before the time? No.
Okay, you just knew that when the time comes, I'm gonna do it. That's it.
Yeah, and then whatever I feel like I would do, like, is right for that person, or you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Then that's
I
how
always
do it.
wondered if guys fantasized about proposing to someone.
I mean, I'm sure
If they know that they want to be a husband, like, do they like, oh, like, I can't wait to like meet her and be able, and then propose to her. Like, do they?
I don't. Yeah, but I don't think the proposal is that significant to a man in terms of the grand scheme of things. Probably fantasize about what their wife is like and what they, you know what I mean, what their life is like as a married man and stuff. But I think the proposal, as nerve-wracking as it can be, and as significant as it is in that moment, I don't think it's significant outside of that moment to a guy. I think it's just like, all right, when we get to that part, okay, cool, we'll deal with that, and then the rest is more significant, like the wedding day and the kids or the family, or you know what I mean. But I've never really had much conversations with guys about their proposals in much detail, like, other than just kind of passing. Like, we spoke about it, like, well, what did you do? That's it. After they said it, like, we're past it, if you know what I mean.
Right.
I don't think it holds much weight.
So if it doesn't hold much weight, then surely it shouldn't be that deep if you get proposed to, because it's not something that you.
No.
No.
No, when I say holds much weight, I mean as in terms of like a competition type. Oh, like, oh, I got her like 5,000 flowers and blah, blah, blah. And then man's like, oh, I mean in that kind of way.
It's not competition with women either.
No, it's not competition, but I'm saying it doesn't hold weight in a competition sense.
Okay.
I'm just saying, but it definitely is important in terms of establishing who is doing what in the relationship. Because if a man hasn't chosen his family, then realistically, what assurance does the woman have, other than him saying yes, that he actually wants to be with her? Because it's her that needs the security. Once they commit and they start to build things, it's her that will be more affected by his absence than vice versa, if they start to build things together. So what assurity does she have?
I do agree with you on that. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just trying to understand.
What I mean. It's like, so I feel like it's in her best interest that he claims her in that capacity, so that she can be like, okay, this is my man. Like, he wants me. He wants this official government signed, sealed, delivered relationship with me, so that we can start this, that, boom, boom, boom. Whereas if the shoe is on the other foot, and you're just like, okay, yeah, cool, and you say yes, you know what I mean? If a woman doesn't want a guy that much and she says yes, I don't think it's as detrimental than the other way around. Both are not ideal, but I think it's worse off, because if a woman doesn't really want the guy, she can just be like, you know, actually, I'm not gonna have kids, I'm not gonna and whatever, and slowly rescind from the relationship or whatnot. But a guy can just kind of play along until he, you know what I mean, decides otherwise. But I think that the resulting effect is a lot more damaging.
It doesn't have to be that way.
No, it doesn't.
Because that is also under the control of the man, if you get what I mean. So just because you've been proposed to, and you already know, like, that's why I said with you, that's why I used your example, you and wifey, because you know that you love your wife, you know that you wanted to marry her. That's why you proposed to her. But I'm just saying, imagine if she had proposed to you, with you knowing that that's what you want for yourself.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. Hear me out. So it doesn't technically. The whole, the woman's got more to lose, but if you know that you're not going to lose him because you've already spoke about it, you know that this is what you guys want, there's nothing to lose. It shouldn't really matter then who asks the question. Do you get what I'm saying? But I get what you mean. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm just trying to I'm just trying to play angel's advocate, right? Like,
okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, imagine he does want to be with this woman. He does see her as a wife. He sees her as someone he wants to marry and have children with and start a family with. She just bit the bullet and got there first. That's not really a risk then, is it? Because he does want to be with you. Where it's a risk is where man's doing up, man, I don't know if I ever want to get married. I don't know. It's just a paper. It's not that deep. Our relationship ain't going to change much. All that talk. And you do the whole, I'm waiting, but I want to be married. And he's like, one day. And he's been one day in you from God knows when, and you say, you know what, I love this man, I'm gonna ask him. That's different. Do you get what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying about women have more to lose in the scenario, in the situation. But if he's sure that he does want to be with this woman, then technically she shouldn't be losing anything by asking him the question.
Yeah.
Angel's advocate. Just have to make that very clear. Because you see me, Dami Zayn, yeah? I would rather lick the rim of the grimiest toilet seat in the grimiest toilet than to propose to a man. I would rather... What did I say? I said something like, because I spoke about this on TikTok. I said I'd rather count sand on the beach. I said I'd rather lick the. I said I'd rather lick the floor of a men's public toilet. I said I'd rather eat bricks and drink cement than to propose to a man. I will never in my life ever propose to a man. I'm not even the type of girl that will be asking a man to be her Valentine, asking a man to be her boyfriend, anything commitment. Anything commitment wise, I'm not doing it. I'm even the type of babe, you know when they do their memes that, this is how girls move to man, and they do the eyes. That's me. I don't do the whole, I like you, I want to be with you, can I have your number? I don't do that. I'll just be flirting.
I think asking for my number is the most a girl could do.
No, I'm not even prepared to do that. I will make myself available. I'll put myself in spaces and situations where it's like, this girl's feeling me, but she's not saying. Do you know what I mean? Like that. That's my vibe. And then if you ask me, you ask me. If you don't ask me, then it wasn't meant to be, and we keep it moving. But I'm not gonna move to you, babes, and I'm not gonna ask for your number, babes, and I'm not doing any of that. But I will reciprocate the energy. If you're on me, if you're about it, and I like you too, you'll know, because I'm returning your calls. I'm answering your calls quick time. I'm responding to you fast. You know everything that's going on. You're asking me to go out. I'm not going. I'm moving plans to see you. I'm moving plans to see you. I was actually busy on Saturday, but now all of a sudden I have time to see you.
I got time today.
That's me. If I don't like you, you'll know, because
you know what? There was only one situation that happened that was like that, where a girl was giving me that eye at a venue, and I said, you know what, let me talk to this girl. And I'm not the talk to absolute strangers type. I prefer people that I like not necessarily know, but like maybe a friend knows them, or you know what I mean, someone who's got some kind of degree of social similarity or something. Anyway, This was a complete stranger, but she was looking fire. So I was like, okay, cool. It's a now or never thing. I'm definitely not gonna see her again. So let me just talk to her. Went up to her because she was giving me the eye. She invited me over. Talked to her, got the number. The way this girl aired me after she gave me a number, I was like, why did you give me your number? Like, she spoke to me maybe once, and I was just like, what the hell?
I've done this before. I'll be very honest, where like a guy has moved to me, and I know immediately that I'm not gonna.
It's a no.
Yeah, I know immediately that you might. And the thing, like, one thing about me, if I'm not attracted to you, I'm not even gonna give you my number at all. Like, it's not like you're not gonna pass. You're not gonna pass go, right? But if you're, as in like, we're not even going to really have a conversation. You'll come and talk to me. Hi. I'm like, hi. And then I'll find a way to just exit the conversation. Like, I'm not asking you no questions. I don't want to know. I don't want to get to know because, no. I think we've established, if you've been listening for a long time, that Dami Zayn is vain, okay? So if I see you, it is what it is. If I see you and you're not attractive and you come and move to me, I will be polite because I'm not rude. I'll be polite. I'll be nice. But I'm not going to ask you any questions. There'll be none of this, oh, what do you do? Like, I don't care. I'm not interested because I'm not interested in knowing you like that. But I'll be polite. And then before you know it, this girl's not really, she's not really talking to me like that. So let me not even bother to ask her. That's easy. But if you approach me and you're paying, as in my definition of paying, I will entertain conversation. I'll be flirting. I'll be asking you questions. There's a series of questions I'll ask that will let me know within minutes. Yeah, within minutes. I'm like, okay, cool. Boom. This one is a no from me, right? But I don't have the heart to be like, no, I don't want to give you my number. I don't know what it is about that question. Can I have your number? Can I have your, like, I don't know what it is about that question.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have the heart to be like, no, I'm not giving you, because, and you know what? I'm just realizing what it is. I don't like having to explain. Because, hear me out, yeah? Because you'll tell a guy no, and he'll want to know why. And I don't want to have to say, I don't like you, or you've told me this about your circumstances, so it's not going to work. Like, I don't want to, and the root of that is I don't want to make you feel bad. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So like, there was one guy, yeah, a while ago, he was in his 40s, right? I'm walking down the street by my house. I'm actually coming home from like the supermarket, right? And I'm walking and I'm wearing, like, my outfit was not banging. Like, I looked crusty. When I tell you, because it was meant to be a quick trip to the shop, right?
Yeah.
It must have been about 9 p.m. in the evening. I'm going to the Tesco Express that's open 24 hours. I'm walking back home. I'm wearing mismatching clothes. Like, everything just looked like Dami was not on form that night, yeah? This guy rolls up back next to me and he's like, oh, excuse me. I saw you walking into the shop and had to turn my car around to come and talk to you. And I'm like, okay. Like, I mean, I don't know if you're telling the truth or not, but lovely. So he's like, can I talk to you? So I preed the face, obviously. I was like, all right, he's a handsome guy. Cool. I'm like, okay, yeah, we can talk. So he pulls up, parks. He's like, do you want to get in a car? I'm like, no. No. So he's like, actually, that's true. So he gets out the car. Then I saw, oh, he's tall. Okay.
It was a layup because he knew he was going to say no. And then he get to show you that I'm 6 foot.
He was taller than that. He must have been like 6'4" or something. Dark skin, good shape, in good shape, tall. He was driving a nice car. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'm like, okay, oh, like, nice to meet you. He's like, what's your name? I gave him my name. I'm like, what's your name? He gave me his name. Then he's like, oh, do you live around here? I'm like, yeah, I do. He's like, oh, I don't. I was just driving through. I'm like, all right, cool. And then he's asked me what I do. So, because he's in his 40s, like early 40s, I knew this guy means business. He's not trying to do you get what I mean? Like, he's not trying to play, he's not playing around. So he's asking me the type of questions that I ask guys. So he's like, so what do you do for a living type thing? Oh, like, do you have children? Like, he's asking me all these questions. So obviously I'm asking back. It's a perfect opportunity because as you ask me, I could just be like, oh, what about you? Oh, what about you? Oh, what about you? So found out he has 2 kids. He's been married before. That was a red flag for me. Straight away, I was like, no. 2 kids and you've been married before. No, I'm not. Sorry. That's not for me. And I have my reasons and I don't need to explain why. Not on this podcast. Maybe another day, not on this episode. So in my mind, I knew already this ends here. Yeah. So he's like, I would like to talk to you again. Like, you seem like you've got your head screwed on. You're a really attractive babe. Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay. He's like, can I have your number? I didn't have the heart to say, you're a good looking guy. You're clearly set. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're established, all the stuff that, you know, but I don't see myself being a stepmom. That's my issue. 1, maybe. 2 is too much for me. And then secondly, in our conversation, the age gap was clear. If like I still act like I still act very young. I'm very young-minded. I'm wise and I'm smart, but I'm young-minded. He's very much in his 40s, if you get what I mean. So I was just like, in our conversation, I already knew very quickly that it started to feel like uncle and niece type situation. And I don't think I could be with someone where, and I spoke about this before, if the age gap is wide and he's not young at heart, like me, I don't think it's going to work because it's going to feel like I'm dating my dad or my uncle and I don't want that. But I didn't have the heart to say that to him. So I was like, okay, I'll give you my number. So I gave him my number.
I'm mad.
So I gave him my number and he was on it. Like, he's looking for a new mum for his kids, right? So he's on it. So I plucked up the courage to be like, you know, we've been talking for a few days now. I don't want to waste your time. I know you really want to go out. I don't want to waste your time. I don't think this is for me. This guy messaged me back. Why? And that's the question I wanted to avoid. Yeah? So I'm like, oh. So I said to him, listen, you're a lovely guy and everything, but I feel like our lifestyles just won't, like, I'm trying to find roundabout ways of, you know, he saw right through it. He was like, listen, so what? Because I've got kids. He goes, good luck trying to find a guy around your age that hasn't got kids already. Like, most of them have kids that they either tell you about or they don't tell you about. 1. 2, he was like, what's my age got to do with it? And I was like, it's more the fact that we don't really have much in common. Like, I don't see, like, I'll be like, you know how banterful I am, yeah? You know how banterful I am. I'll be cracking jokes. He doesn't catch the joke. Like, little things like that. It's like, he's not in with, like, the stuff that I'm interested in. He's not in with it. He doesn't understand it. He doesn't know it. He's into the news and stuff like that, which there's a time and a place for. So I'm thinking it'll be boring. Like, conversations with you will be boring. And I want my partner to be my friend as much as my partner, not Big Daddy. You know what I mean? If that was the case, I would have had a sugar daddy all this time. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just said to him, it's not necessarily your age. It's more our interests are very, very different, and I would prefer to be with someone where our interests are more aligned, innit? He wasn't happy. He was, and that's the part that I try to avoid. That's the part that I don't want to have to deal with. I don't want to have to explain to you and make you feel like crap because a girl that you like or a woman that you find attractive is telling you no. Like, and I know guys are meant to be wired to accept rejection, but they don't like rejection. Some men, they go down the whole why and then trying to, like, persuade you to change your mind route, which is where he was going, because they don't want you to say no. Some men get aggressive. So as a woman, you've got to really, like, self-preservation. Self-preservation. So I'll give my number, but I've learnt now, there's two things I found out. I found out there's this app where it assigns you a phone number that's not real. So you can give that number out to other people and it will
go to this app.
It will call your phone, but it will go through the app. It's not your real number. Right? So you can do that. I forget the name of the app. If I remember it, I'll put it in the description for the girls because I think it's a good one. And then the second one is I can take your number, but I'll block you immediately. So by the time you try to, like, by the time I've got home or whatever, and you're trying to do, let me hit her up now. Like, I'm home now. Let me hit her up and try and do pillars. Can't get through. Number blocked. Yeah. And I don't pick up I don't pick up no call ID, and I don't pick up numbers that I don't recognize. So you won't even be able to get through to me. It's never going to happen. Because I just don't want to have to explain why. all that, because I don't want to
I,
explain
de-
why.
I deal with too many new clients to be able to to be able to just not answer unknown numbers. No caller ID. I don't really do that, but unknown numbers I get all the time.
I know, but this is where if you
Like
really want to talk to
important
me,
telephone
you'll leave
voice
me a voicemail message, and I'll know that okay,
ads.
cool, and I'll call you back. I screen calls over here. Okay, it is what it is. As a woman, sometimes that's what you have to do.
Yeah, I don't
Because
envy you. Do not envy you. I
it's a
don't envy
lot.
life
It's
as
a
a
lot.
woman at all. Apart from
No,
being like in demand almost all the time when I was coming up. There's the girls that were hot when I was coming up, boy. They were just fighting man off the line.
listen. Since being on social media, yeah,
Mm,
and my visibility is getting wider, so's the attention I'm getting, if you get what I'm saying, right?
mm-hmm.
I don't know how to deal with it. I don't really like it. So I'm very much like I'm
I
very much
mean,
like
yeah, it's just.
it's a lot. It's a lot. So I just don't engage. I just don't engage.
But then, how
It's
do you know? Um, it's not what you're missing. It's how do you know you're not missing something that you would really
I know, but
appreciate?
I don't have the time or energy to respond to every single. Listen, I don't think you understand. Currently in my DMs, there's
Mm,
hundreds of
right.
requests. I don't have time to. Yeah, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. Maybe the
Maybe you should
handsome one.
set up
Maybe I should
a.
go
Maybe you should
through.
set up a. Nah, you should set up a date. It should be like, look, all of you who are interested on this day, I'm gonna be in this bar. If you want to talk to me, come down. There will be other men there just like you who want to talk to me. But
Not
I
me
ain't
to.
got time to do you all separately, so it's all at once or none at all.
Not me turning it into speed dating or Hunger Games.
I would. I'd be like, look, and then I sit in the middle of the room, like, talk to me, impress me, or leave, like, because I can't do. Look how many of you there. I can't do this. How much time do you think I have?
Let me tell you
Because the thing
something.
is,
Let me tell you
if
something
there's a
about
champion
where.
to be found, they will rise from the ashes. Yeah.
Let me tell you where I'm at in life right now. Yeah, you know when you say dating is a young girl's game. Yeah,
Mm,
I 100% agree with you. Wow, can't believe it, but it's true. I agree. Not because there's no options. It's because I don't have the energy.
mm,
I've been single for long enough for me to be comfortable in how my life is. And I'm very selfish with my time. I'm very selfish with my
mm.
space. I'm very selfish with everything about me. And one thing about dating is you can't be selfish. You
No,
have
you
to,
cannot.
and I'm not ready to not be selfish.
You
So
never get more ready. If
and
you're
and
not
this is the problem.
with
This
partner, you never get more
and,
ready.
and this is the problem. The longer I stay like this, the more likely it
Mm,
is that I'm not going to come out.
mm,
And this is why when women say that they're at peace with being single, I feel like more people need to believe them, because there is a certain level of peace that comes with I ain't gotta worry about this guy, if he's being truthful, if he's being trustworthy, if he really wants to be with
mm,
me. There's none of that. There's no stress. There's no, you get to wake up when you want, you get to go where you want, do what you want. If you can afford it, you get to do whatever you like. You live your
mm.
life how you want to. There was a guy that I was talking to, and me that I'm doing up gym, and this, that, everything's set how I like it to be. And he's trying to like change that. He's like, 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 I know you go gym this many times a week, but can you fit me in? And I'm thinking, fit you in? I don't want to fit you in. These are things that I want to do. He's telling me to fit you in. Obviously, that just means I don't like him enough. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like,
Clearly, clearly,
but it's just like,
clearly,
I'm
boy.
very, but for me to meet someone that I like enough now, I'm starting to think that I don't think it's possible. It's not possible. I don't think it's possible for me to meet. Do you know what I'm saying?
So
Like,
what do you feel like you would need to like to date someone today versus to date someone last year, or let's even say like 3 years ago or something?
yeah.
You're saying you'd have to like them even more than the amount you would have had to like them 3 years ago.
No, what I'm saying is the quality of men is not the same. That's what I'm saying. And because I love myself now compared to 3 years ago, what I want has changed. So before, I was accepting bare minimum, and that was enough for me. Now I'm like, that bare minimum is standard procedure. So if you're not even meeting the standard procedure, I don't have time to shift my life for you. But the problem is that there isn't a lot. There's hardly any men nowadays, I'm finding, that are worth me shifting
But you're not finding.
my time for.
There's 100 in your DMs. Yeah, you haven't checked. You've written them off.
Yeah, I have.
But you haven't checked them. You've written them off as if they've failed.
Because in order for
me
to check them means that I have to take time out of my busy lifestyle that I've already planned. This, I'm doing this with my time, doing that, to sit there and be doing. I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy. And I was talking to my mum about it recently. She was asking me, how's dating life? And I said, Mum, let me be very real with you right now. Let me be very real. Let me manage your expectations. I am not dating, and I don't intend to date. I've got to a place where I'm just like, this is very long. I don't care what your favorite color is. I don't care what we want to do. I don't care. And if you're requiring me to change the lifestyle I currently have for a lifestyle that is not suiting what I want, it's a no from me. I cannot afford to sacrifice my peace and happiness for anyone, let alone a man. So it's like, I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, it's the I don't have the energy thing. That's what it is. And I remember that guy, the one that I'm saying, that was like, oh, can you fit me in? I felt so bad because he really liked me, obviously. Like, he really liked me. He was like, oh, if things work out, he's planning ahead, he's very intentional, he wants to settle down, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, that's lovely. But where I'm at right now, no, I can't be bothered to do all of that. I like my life as it is. Yeah. So if you want me to rearrange stuff that I already like and enjoy, that's a big ask for me right now. Where I'm at in life right now, that's a big ask. I have to be honest. So I don't think I'll be going through those DMs. It might mean that if you intended to go in my DMs, don't bother. I'm not gonna go.
I always think this about people that have like bare followers though. I'm always like, especially if they appear single, I'm like, how many guys must actually DM them? And like, do they actually think they're gonna get somewhere? Because it's just too much. The numbers gets to a breaking point type thing.
But I also find that most of the time, those people, especially women, if you see an attractive woman online and she's got loads of followers, I would say 60% of those followers are men.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they're men. Just trying their luck. Like, I'm going to follow you. Some might not even DM you. They just follow just to pre what you're doing. I don't know what it is. They just get a kick out of it. They pre what you're doing. Then you get the few that constantly tell you how much they like you in your comments. And then and that's the comments. And then you in the DMs now, you get the ones that are DMing you, trying to get your attention. And
DM is the battlefield though.
Yeah, DM is
where it goes down.
Some of them,
that's where the war can be
double DM. They'll DM and they'll DM you regularly. You've not replied, but they'll still DM you regularly, in the hopes that one day
if they see that scene though, it's worthwhile, isn't it? Well, she saw it though. Yeah, she saw it, brother.
So they're like, let me just carry on. One day, I had a stalker as well. I have a stalker. Because okay, so what had happened was, he lives local to me. That's what I've now realised as well. So I was in the park with Toby, walking Toby. He's seen me, right? And then he sparks up conversation because I'm playing fetch. So he sparks up conversation. This is the first time we ever met. He's like, oh, I think you're really pretty. I like your shape. And one thing about me, if you move to me and you start talking about my body, it's a write-off.
Yeah, it's a no.
It's a no.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, oh, I like your thighs, you're this, you're that. I'm like, okay. So then he's like, can I have your number? I said, no, I don't think my man will be cool with that. That was the line. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, yeah, but I'm not saying I want to be with you or anything. I'm just saying that, you know, they don't have shame. Even if you've got a man, they still think they got a chance. So it's, you know, so I'm like, nah, it's cool. So I managed to like get out of that conversation. Next thing you know, I'm on Instagram, as you do, scrolling. I just see so-and-so is following you. So I pre the profile.
The account, and it's my
and
man.
I see it's him. So I blocked him. I was like, I don't want this. I don't want this stress. I don't want you my DMs harassing me. So I blocked him. Tell me why he started creating other accounts.
And then followed you from the other accounts.
I don't understand how he was able to do that, because on Instagram, if you block one account because of the metaverse, they can't find you. Like, they shouldn't be able to set up another account and find you. That's how it works, right?
No, so it's if they, I can't remember how it's linked, but if they create another account from like the same user center, then they'll know that this is the user, this is the account, so we can't. But if they just make a whole new separate account, like different email, not connected at all, then yeah, then it's a different account.
To date, he's made six separate accounts to follow me on. And then remember, I've only just recently like started gaining followers on TikTok. Guys, I have over 10k followers on TikTok, where I talk, I say my mess in peace. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. So if you're interested, follow me on there, yeah? He found me on TikTok. He commented on one of my videos. I know you. I've seen you before in real life. We've spoken before. Can you respond to my messages, please? So I'm like, oh, and I've turned off my DM thing on TikTok. So you have to put a request through. You don't just get to message me. So he's put a request in. I've not looked at it because I don't look at the requests thing anymore. So because he noticed I didn't accept, that's why he went on my comments. So I blocked him again because I was like, this is getting ridiculous. You've gone from one app to another one. Mm-hmm. Tell me why last week I was in the gym, Venxm. This guy was in the gym.
A man rocked in.
He was in the gym. He walked past me. I'm doing leg day. He walked past me.
And he didn't say anything.
I left there so quick. I'm now moving gyms. So I don't know if it's a coinky, but it feels like a stalker to me. Why didn't you speak
to the gym? Because obviously they know all their members. You could be like, yeah, so you got this member, and this member is stalking me. And I was in this day, he was in. He came in. So he was in this time frame. I need to know who that person is so I can speak to the authorities and explain what's going on, because I'm not happy.
Okay, I might do that. Do you know
what I mean?
Yeah, I might do that.
Because you can't run forever.
No. But you see what I mean by...
Especially if man's following you online and in real life.
Oh my gosh. It's actually ridiculous. And this is what I mean when I say that sometimes rejecting guys is dangerous for a woman. That's why some girls, they'll give you the number. They'll give you the number. Because they don't want to have that conversation or go through that. I think the reason why he's obsessed is because he asked me for my number and I said no. So he's trying to find a way to contact me. Do you get it?
No, I think he's just one of those people who, like, they don't understand no. Like, there's guys that aren't 100% right, is what
I mean, there's people that no 100%.
There's people, sorry, there's people, but in this particular way, I can see the guys, I can spot them a mile off once they have one interaction with a woman. I was out on the weekend, just gone, for a friend's gig, meeting a friend who's over in the country very briefly, and she was like, yeah, let's go. I was like, okay, cool, yeah, let's do this. So we went, we're kikiing, vibing, her other friends come over, because everyone's trying to see her while she's here.
Yeah.
And so to describe it, it's me facing the two women, and then the two women are facing me back, and behind them is the entrance, the way to come in.
Okay.
So we're all just vibing, talking, dancing, whatnot. This guy comes in, and he comes in and beelines straight for her friend.
Okay.
But he came in and beelined so hard, bearing in mind he could only see the back of her head, that you would assume they were friends. Like, it wasn't even 1
Okay.
second
You'd
that he
assume
saw her
that
and started walking.
you'd assume that
So
he knew who she was before.
yeah,
Yeah.
So me and my other friend, we saw that happen, and so we just stayed where we were, but we just engaged more in conversation and kind of left her to
let
it,
them
thinking
do.
this is her brethren. Turns out she didn't know my man from Adam. I was like, what? I was like, I'm so sorry, because I would have helped you, but the way I could see everything, and he came in and immediately headed towards you. So I just assumed
that you,
because I could spot people I know real quick too. You know what I mean? It looked like he knew you from immediately came in, looked at the back of her head and spun her around like, yeah, you look good. Da da da. I said, what? Because she gave me the breakdown after. I said, what? But I was in South London, guys, if you was wondering, and South man are different. South man are different.
Don't say that, because they're gonna say, because we're not from South, innit? So they're gonna be like, you East lot, you lot.
No, they can say they can say that about East man. I don't mind. But that was a yeah.
I'm used. This is gonna sound crazy, but I'm used to being stalked, because I used to get stalked when I was in school. There was this. It was an older man. He used to drive this car. I'm in school uniform. He used to drive this car. He used to sit outside my house in the car and wait for me to come out. And then as I'm walking to school, he would just be tailgating me. School uniform, you know, grown ass man.
Yeah, but back in our day, there was bare pedos on that.
There probably still are. There still are. But yeah.
Well, there are, but I mean, it's like, you know, the protocol is different because like we identify them now. There's a register that they go on a thing that parents can check how many's in the area, all that kind of stuff. In our day, they just existed. You know what I mean? They were just outside.
Yeah, he used to wait for me, and I told my dad, and like one time my dad came outside to what, like, and he drove off
to see it happening.
He drove off. So after my dad came out, he wouldn't park outside my house anymore. He would drive further up, wait around the corner, and just be there. And then I'd be like thinking, oh, he's not. And I used to, every day I'd leave and be like, I hope I don't see this guy, because he would be like, oh, I really like you. You look sexy, you know. Da, 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 da. And I would be school uniform, Venxm. School uniform. But remember I told you I had a womanly shape from quite young. So the first time he moved to me, this is how he knew where I lived, because I came out of my house and he was driving along the road. As I've come out the house, he saw me and stopped and was like, oh. And I'm like, I'm going to school. Can you not see? Like, I've got my school tie and everything. And he's like, yeah, so you look mature for your age. This is the reason why I'm very funny about the whole older guy, younger woman thing, because I've had my experiences. Do you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yeah, I used to get anxious leaving my house to go to school, because I'd be like, oh, this guy's going to be there. This guy's going to be there again.
That's not the one.
So, you know, like, I feel like, yeah, that's where I was going with this. This is the reason why some women, they just give you the details. I'll just give it to you because it will reduce having to have the conversation, having to explain why, or you becoming obsessive. Let me just give it to you, and then I can block you or just never respond or whatever. And it is what it is. It's easier. Just, yeah, have it.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
The game is the game, my friend. The game is the game, my friend. Because there was this other story on TikTok, this viral video. This girl, she was doing a story time, and she explained that she went out with her friend, right? They went to a club, and this guy tried to move to her, and she was like, no, I don't want to give you my detail. I don't want to give you my snap or something like that. And her friend, because he was being persistent, so her friend was like, leave her alone. She's already said she doesn't want to give it to you. So the guy started beating up her friend. Like, he beat her up in the club, to the point where bystanders went and called security and the police to come and yeah. And the reason why the story went viral was because the girls were like, this girl stuck up for you, right? And she got beaten up, and you stood there and watched. You didn't You didn't call security. You didn't call the
Nah.
police.
Oh yeah. Well, she might have been started. I don't know the story. I didn't hear the story time. But it is very techie. I would always say to girls, in their groups and stuff, whilst trying to protect your friends, really be mindful how you assert yourself when you do that. Because there's an energy that if you give off a certain energy, it invites a response of a similar energy. And that's not what you want. So if you're trying to protect your friend or whatnot, focus more on the friend and less on the threat, if you understand what I mean.
I agree.
So that you don't become antagonistic or perceived as being antagonistic, because if a guy's, not particularly well in that way, and then they think that you're trying to embarrass them, or you're trying to step to them, or you think you're on the same level, now you've invited a different type of conversation, and you didn't have to be involved at all, if you know what I mean. So
yeah. I agree.
Just be mindful, man.
Because I get it. If my girl got jumped, I'm definitely I'm picking up a bottle or something, smashing it on someone's head or something. Like, I'm doing something. But at the same time, this is a man that feels no way to beat up a woman. So
exactly. So you don't know what the capabilities are.
He might start trying to get at me. Did you get it? So I kind of get why for some women they would be too scared to get involved in a physical altercation, right? If it was verbal, of course, I'm mouthy as hell. I will be mouthy. But if once they start doing, I'm beating your friend up, some girls might be like, that's scary. I don't want to get involved. It's aggressive. So I'm just gonna,
don't.
I'm not gonna engage. I'm not gonna engage. Yeah. So that's why I was like, I hear it. She didn't help her friend, even though her friend was the one that was sticking up for her. But I can also see why she may have decided not to. I get. I'm not saying I wouldn't have, but I can get why she did that.
I would advise people not to, unless it's life or death. Like, unless you're actually saving her life, because. Yeah.
I hear it, but I'm from ends. I hear it, but I'm from ends. I will be picking up a bottle. That thing will be from the back of your head. Boom.
I mean, I hear that in theory, but again, when we're doing like self-defense and blah, 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 people always tell you don't draw a weapon, because if you draw a weapon, there's nothing that says that weapon can't be used against you. So
I hear it.
When you bring a bottle into the scenario, let's say it doesn't break, let's say it slips out of your hand or whatever, and now this person sees, all they see is, wait, you tried to hit me with a bottle. Now you've elevated the level of what this.
You're right.
Is.
You are very right.
And it just goes up. It's not worth it.
You are right. And women, listen to Venxm. But I'm just saying, I know myself. I'm the same girl that had a fight with a guy in school. This guy was 6 foot something, and I didn't like the fact that he was trying to get at my friend, a guy, by the way. And I was like, you lot don't fight. Like, it's not that deep. This was back when I was in school in Hackney, right, in North London. And I was like, don't fight. It's not worth it. You're not going to get excluded. He was like, why are you getting involved? Then he started talking about my family. I said, are you dumb? Or are you stupid? Mad. Which one?
Mad.
Saw red. And then this is the thing about me. When I'm angry, I don't get angry very often. I think I can count on one hand how many times I've been angry in my whole life. But once I'm angry, I'm seeing red. Like, I'm trying to dead it off. Like, I'm not even trying to it's not even just harm you. I'm trying to do serious damage. So when he was really, I said, swear, because I'm looking out for both of you by saying you lot don't want to beef. This is school grounds. This is not where you want to be fighting. Both of you are on thin ice with the head teacher. Are you sure? I was always the voice of reason in my group. He wasn't having it. He tried to move to me. I said, me? Yeah, I had a fight with a guy. That was the only fight that I had in school. Before that, people were like, oh, Dami doesn't fight. Dami doesn't fight. She's the voice of reason. She doesn't fight. After that fight with this guy, they were like, don't F with Dami, because when Dami's pissed off, she doesn't care. I don't care. It's on like Donkey Kong. So that's what I'm saying. You're right. But I know myself, if I was in that situation and my friend is getting beat up, that's going to piss me off. And once I'm pissed off, that's it. So I know I'm getting involved. And I'm not even trying to get involved to stop him from beating her up. I'm trying to get involved to do him, like, I'm trying to hurt him.
I know.
At this point. Yeah. That's why this is why I don't go out to places like that no more. I don't put myself in situations where it's possible because I'll go to jail for them.
Mad.
Podcast lock off. Why? Because Dami got arrested.
Not the one.
Can you imagine that? That would go viral. I remember that podcast Unpicked.
Yeah, nah.
Dami Zayn from TikTok. Dami Zayn from
She's
TikTok.
in prison.
She's in prison.
You can still do TikToks in prison anyway, to be fair.
I mean, yeah. I think I'd make a cute inmate, to be fair. So it's in everybody's best interest. That just...
Mad.
Yeah, I got a terrible temper. Terrible.
I used to as a kid, but I had to.
Even till
I had to learn that discipline.
Do you know the discipline I've had to learn of recent? It's my mouth.
What say in the comments?
I have a sharp tongue, very sharp. You know, I'm very good at articulating myself. I know how to get a point across. If I read you, you'll want to go and crawl somewhere and die. So when people comment trash on things, I'm ready to respond. Do you know what I've been doing lately? I've been drafting the comment.
Nah.
Do you know how many times I've done this? I would draft my response. I'll be like, giving it, and then I just delete it.
You're just like, yeah, that was shut them down.
If I press send, someone will report me on this app, and they will deactivate my account. I'm on thin ice with TikTok because TikTok have suspended bare of my comments.
Oh, really? Because of that, like with
because TikTok does that. It will just delete your comment if it thinks that it violates their whatever in it. And last year there was a few violations. I'm on thin ice with TikTok, so now that's what I'm saying.
I ain't playing no games no more.
This is a new. Remember I told you this year's about. What did I say? This year was. What did I say? My word was for this year? Discipline, right? That's what I said.
I actually can't remember.
I said it was discipline. And next
No
year's
reason I ain't ringing a bell, but
I said discipline, and next year's the year of ease, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's one of my discipline pillars. Watch your mouth, Dami, because it can get you into trouble. Because if you say something to me and I'm vexed enough or irritated enough or you've triggered me,
I say this to people all the time, man. I'm like, look, you don't have to respond. I said you can. And you know what? I think it's harder for women as well. I'm not going to lie. Because when I see the programs and stuff that you watch, it's all encouraged. All encouraged behavior.
I'm trying to be zen. I'm trying to be like you. Literally, I'm trying to be like you. I'm trying to be like you.
There's fires that happen inside, but they have to stay inside. That's what the discipline is. It's just like, and it will pass. You know what I mean? And maybe the result is that, okay, cool. That was like, I felt awful. I wanted to say this, that, and that, chop that up. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to finish them. So actually, respectfully, now that I'm calm, they're never going to see me again. Like it's just done because I'm not here for, you know what I mean?
Now I ask myself, is it that deep, Dami? They don't know you, you don't know them. And sometimes I'll go on their profile and I'll be like, Oh, I
always, for comments, I do give, but I don't give it to them like, I give it to them always respectfully, bare minimum. And if they got a private profile, I'm just like, you're not getting nothing. You're not getting a reply from me. I pre-profiles
now. And I'm like, you know what, respectfully, 100%. But your profile is nothing.
I'm like, who are you?
I don't need to respond to you. I'll be like, Dami, it's not that deep. It's okay. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. It's fine. It's not that deep. It's okay. That's what I have to say to myself. But if I'm really riled up, I'll draft that comment and then I'll delete it. Delete it. It's okay. So it feels like I've said it, but I didn't say it, if that makes sense.
But you didn't say it.
I delete
You didn't go public with it.
Yeah, delete it. There's been times where I've posted the comment and then deleted the comment straight away. Within a minute, it's gone.
Hope that they saw it in the notification that it's gone.
Yeah, and then now also, if the comment is really getting to me, I'll delete the comment and block you.
Oh, fair.
Because this is my platform. This is my video. I get to decide what comments stay on my video. So if I don't like the comment, I'm going to delete it. For my own mental health. Because Venxm, otherwise I will be there like...
Yeah, doing keyboard warrior. It's
a lot.
Not the way.
Yeah, so yeah, that's...
Not the way.
This year so far, I've done very well. I've not had any TikTok strikes. I've not said anything I'm not supposed to say. I haven't been hard with the words. I've been very... We'll see how long it lasts. Yeah, see how long it lasts. See how long it lasts. Guys, thank you for listening and watching the show. Hopefully you enjoyed the conversation and all that jazz. If you are new to the party, please subscribe or follow us wherever you consume our content. Let us know in the comments that you're here. For the long-time family, we love you lots. Thank you for coming back. We'll be back next week. But for now, it is your home slice Dami Zayn alongside my co-host.
And like Venxm.
That's right. This is the Unpicked podcast. Until next time. Peace.